If you're a person of color and someone at work or in the workplace has told you that you're being too sensitive, or why are you making it about race? They try and racially gaslight you about the experiences that you've had and the feelings that you feel, then this podcast is for you. And I want to start by saying we are badasses. We are the shit. We are smart, we're talented, and many times we're overqualified for the positions that we hold. And the space that we operate within, particularly professionally, was not intended for us. Welcome to Impostrix Podcast. Here we affirm the lived experiences of folks of color and other marginalized groups who operate at the intersection of, I'm not qualified enough to be here, and this success was not meant for people who look like me. This podcast is all about empowering people of color to reframe imposter syndrome and learn how to navigate white dominant culture in our career so that we can embrace our power and own our space. We're going to do this by sharing our personal experiences of being people of color and white dominant career paths. We're going to learn about historical context of race and racial capitalism in the US, and we're going to explore the psychological, emotional, and physiological effects of racial trauma on Black and brown bodies and of intergenerational trauma. We're going to provide actionable tools to overcome and leverage imposter syndrome and to identify when we are operating within white dominant culture or racial toxicity. And we're going to learn conflict resolution skills to use when experiencing these harmful racial dynamics at work. My favorite part about this podcast is that in addition to featuring interviews with experts from many disciplines, each episode features a different guest, a normal, regular working person who shares their personal story of navigating the challenges of being a professional of color. Why? Because we believe that all folks of color in any profession or calling already have the tools worth sharing and the power worth honoring. So we're going to tap into that. I'm your host, Whitney Knox. I'm a mother, a wife, a civil rights attorney, and an equity and inclusion consultant. Join me and our guests every other week as we talk, stumble, and laugh through all that it means to be a person of color succeeding in traditional career paths. We will celebrate our triumphs and name our tribulations, and we'll learn from each other. Join us.